Hello, my name is Aaron. I teach at the University of Tampa, and today we're going to be working on our E scale together. Now, I play on a 4-valve euphonium, and my 4th valve is here on the side, but if you play on a 4-valve euphonium where it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, that's okay. My 4th valve fingerings will work for you, and if you do not have a 4-valve euphonium, don't worry, I'm going to show you the fingerings that will work for you as well. But anyway, let's dive right into it. So the E scale starts on 2nd valve E, then moves to F sharp 2 and 3, G sharp 1st valve, A 2nd valve, B 1 and 2, C sharp 2nd valve, 1st valve D sharp, and E natural 2nd valve. I'm going to set my metronome to 60. Let's try playing up the scale now in whole note. Great, so now that we've gone up, let's work on coming our way back down. So we landed on that top E 2nd valve, D sharp 1st valve, C sharp 2nd valve, B natural 1 and 2, A natural 2nd valve, G sharp 1st valve, F sharp 2 and 3, and E 2nd valve. Let's try playing that now in whole notes coming down. Great, so now that you have the scale, let's add the arpeggio. The arpeggio is just the 1st, 3rd, 5th, and the octave of the 1st note of the scale. So what we're going to do is we're starting on that 2nd valve E natural, moving to the G sharp, B natural 1 and 2, and then E natural 2nd valve. Let's try going up that now in whole notes. Great, so now that you can go up the arpeggio, let's work on coming back down. So we have the E natural, B natural, 1 and 2, 1st valve, G sharp, and 2nd valve, E natural. Let's work on coming down that way now in whole notes. Great, so now that you can do the scale and the arpeggio, it's time to create the Allstate pattern, which is playing the scale followed by the arpeggio. We're also going to do this right now with a rhythmic pattern of a half note, then quarter notes going up the scale, half note when we land on the top of the scale, quarter notes coming down, land on a half note, quarter notes up the arpeggio, land on a half note, quarter notes down the arpeggio, and then land on a half note. That half note is always the name of the scale, in this case E, and we're also going to articulate on our way up and slur on our way down, and that goes for both the scale and the arpeggio. But before we get into playing it with the metronome, let's work on fingering and singing the scale first to make sure we really understand what we're doing while we play the Allstate pattern. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, D sharp, C sharp, B, A, G sharp, F sharp, E, G sharp, B, E, B, G sharp, E. Great, so now that you can sing it, let's try playing it now. Quarter note equals 60, half note and quarter notes, Allstate pattern. Great, so now that you can do it at that speed, let's try to make it a little bit faster and try it at 80 now. Fantastic. Now that you can do it at 80, let's try it at 100. And now let's go as fast as we're going to go in this video. Let's go at 120. So now that you have it that fast, I'm going to tell you that most of the time you're actually not going to see the Allstate pattern written out in half note and quarter notes. Rather, you're going to see it written out in quarter and eighth notes. However, that's not a big deal. You actually just played it. See, if I take that 120 and I cut it in half, we're going to get 60. So when I play the quarter and eighth notes at 60, it's going to feel just like the half and quarter notes felt like at 120. So you're not playing it any faster. We're just going to have a different rhythmic feel to it. So to get used to that, just like we did when we first learned the Allstate pattern, let's work on singing the Allstate pattern and moving our fingers around to make sure that we really understand this new rhythmic pattern. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, D sharp, C sharp, B, A, G sharp, F sharp, E, G sharp, B, E, B, G sharp, E. Great, so now that you can sing it, let's try playing it now, quarter and eighth notes at 60. Great. Good luck on the rest of your scales and memorizing all of them, and thank you so much for practicing with me today.